In the world of tech, there are these huge battles happening, often behind the scenes, that really shape everything we interact with.
That's right.
Today, we're taking a deep dive into one of the most intense right now, high bandwidth memory, HBM. We're going to try and understand why Samsung, a real titan in semiconductors, is facing such, well, significant challenges with it.
Yeah, it's causing quite a stir.
And how this is really shaking up the whole global memory market. The urgency is apparently quite high. There are reports of Samsung's chairman, Jae-yong, giving this death or life message to his team.
Wow. Yeah, and our mission here really is to cut through the jargon. All the tech speak around HBM.
Okay.
We want to make this crucial technology, understandable for you, whether you're prepping for a big meeting or maybe you're just really curious about what's going on under the hood of AI.
Right.
So beyond just what HBM is, we're going to explore why it's become such a strategic bottleneck, frankly, and this battleground that's kind of redefining who leads the AI revolution.
Okay, so to really get a handle on HBM, let's maybe just quickly level set on basic computer memory, RAM specifically.
Good idea, the fundamentals.
Most of us know it's temporary storage, but it's that immediate access that's just so critical. Think of it like the temporary workspace for your computer or your phone.
Yeah.
It's where whatever needs doing right now gets stored. Like maybe you're reading a webtoon, right? And you pause it. When you open it again, you don't start over from page 1. You pick up exactly where you were.
Right.
Instantly.
Right. That's RAM working.
That's RAM doing its job. Compare that to fetching something from like a slow old hard drive. It would take ages for anything you need immediately.
Yeah.
That speed, that readiness, it's foundational.
And that speed is exactly why HBM is seen as the next step, the evolution.
Okay.
What's really revolutionary about HBM isn't just that it's faster, though it is, significantly. It's a much smarter, more advanced memory solution. It's absolutely essential for the tough demands of AI high-performance computing.
So how does it do that? What makes it different?
Its structure. That's the key. Imagine multiple layers of memory chips, not laid out flat like traditional RAM, but stacked vertically, one on top of the other.
Stacked, okay.
And these layers aren't connected just side to side. They're connected vertically through the silicon itself, allowing for incredibly rapid data exchange between them.
Oh, okay.
This breakthrough uses something called through silicon via technology, TSV. That's the magic ingredient, really.
TSV. Got it.
Yeah.
So that vertical stacking, maybe an analogy helps. If traditional memory is like a big flat sports field with only one exit door,
Right.
Everyone has to line up and leave one by one. Super slow if you have a huge crowd, like lots of data.
Exactly, a bottleneck.
HBM then sounds like that same field, but now it has, multiple exit doors all over the place. So lots of people can leave at the same time much faster.
That's a great way to put it, yeah. The 3D stacking of the chips, connected directly, essentially creates those multiple doors for data.
Makes sense. But is there a limit? Like how high can you stack these things before it gets, unstable or too complex?
Oh, absolutely. That's a huge manufacturing challenge, controlling heat, yield rates. It definitely gets harder with more layers. But those multiple doors for data flow, that's where the TSV tech you mentioned comes in.
Right, the through silicon bias.
Yeah. Think about conventional data pathways in a chip, like climbing stairs in a tall building. If you need to get from the first floor to the 10th, you're going floor by floor. Takes time.
Okay.
TSV, on the other hand, it's like installing an elevator. It goes straight up, directly connecting those memory layers. Boom, super rapid data flow.
A direct elevator. I like that.
And it's worth noting, SK Hynix has become particularly good at this TSV part. It's a big reason for their current edge.
Interesting. Okay, so we see how it's built. Let's talk about why it's such a game changer. You mentioned speed, but what else?
Well, that wider data pathway is key. Massive amounts of information moving quickly and easily, but it's also about efficiency.
Efficiency, how?
You get higher memory density, so more memory packed into the same physical space, and it uses less power compared to moving the same data with older tech. Less power means less heat, which is a huge deal in data centers.
Right, cooling costs.
Exactly. And less heat means things can run faster, longer. Ultimately, it can lead to cost savings, too, despite the complexity.
So what does this tech wizardry, actually enable for us, the users?
It directly powers modern AI. Think about the complex calculations needed for, generating human-like speech, or creating detailed images from text prompts.
Yeah, things like ChatGPT or Midjourney.
Precisely. Those need immense processing power, and HBM feeds the processors the data they need at incredible speeds. It's also essential for supercomputers, high-end graphics cards for gaming or design.
Yeah.
Anywhere massive data throughput is needed.
So connecting this to the big picture, you're saying HBM is basically indispensable for the AI era.
Absolutely indispensable. You can have the most powerful CPUs and GPUs, the brains of the AI, right?
Hmm.
But they're useless, or at least severely hampered, if the memory feeding them data is too slow. It creates a bottleneck.
Right, the brain can think fast, but it can't get the information fast enough.
Exactly. Imagine a master craftsman, your CPU or GPU, ready to work. HBM is like having a super fast, efficient assistant right there, handing over every tool immediately as needed.
Okay.
The alternative is a slow assistant, or worse, the craftsman having to walk across the factory to a distant warehouse that's like fetching from a slow hard disk for every single tool. Production grinds to a halt.
Yeah, that's a good analogy. Our AI assistants would just be constantly buffering.
Right, so HBM plays that crucial role of bottleneck buster. It ensures data flows at the speed AI demands. And that's why the big players, NVIDIA, Google, Amazon, they need HBM in their AI chips. Fast memory is fundamental.
Okay, so if it's that critical, especially for giants like NVIDIA, how much power do they have over the HBM suppliers? Are they locked in, or can they switch easily if someone offers something better?
That's a fantastic question, and it leads us straight into the fierce competition.
Battleground.
Yeah. The major players making HBM right now are Samsung, SK Hynix, and Micron over in the US.
Right. 3 big names.
And basically, whoever can produce and supply the best HBM, the fastest, the most reliable, they grab the market share and the revenue. It's that direct.
And clients like NVIDIA must be incredibly demanding.
Oh, extremely. They do rigorous validation testing because, as we said, their multi-billion-dollar AI chip performance literally depends on the quality and speed of the HBM attached to it.
So no room for error.
Very little. And what's striking right now is that SK Hynix really holds the dominant position, especially for the latest generation needed by NVIDIA.
Which leaves Samsung where? Exactly.
In a challenging spot, a really challenging spot.
Okay, so what specifically went wrong for Samsung recently? Why are they struggling?
Well, the core issue seems to be delays. Delays in getting their latest HBM products certified, specifically things like HBM3 and the even newer HBM3E.
These are the top-tier versions.
Exactly. The ones needed for the most powerful current-gen AI chips. These delays, particularly getting the green light from huge customers like NVIDIA, have been a major setback.
While SK Hynix.
SK Hynix, meanwhile, managed to get their products approved and has been supplying NVIDIA reliably and in volume. This has massively fueled their revenue growth.
While Samsung's fallen behind in this specific but critical race.
Precisely. And you have to connect this to the financial side. Samsung, seeing the AI boom coming, invested heavily in expanding factories, ramping up production capacity for HBM.
Getting big on demand.
A huge bet. But if you build all that capacity and then face delays in getting your products certified and sold, you end up with a lot of inventory just sitting there.
Ouch. That hurts the bottom line.
Hugely. It led to a really substantial decline in their semiconductor division's operating profit in Q2 2025, I believe, a reported drop of something like 56% year over year.
Wow, 56%. That's staggering. It really shows how crucial this one component is, billions of dollars riding on it.
It's a stark reminder, isn't it? Even for a giant like Samsung, being late or stumbling in a key high-stakes tech race can have massive financial consequences.
Absolutely. It puts the human and financial stakes into sharp focus. Okay, so given these setbacks, how's Samsung planning to fight back? What's the recovery strategy?
Well, they're certainly not standing still. Samsung is clearly committed to turning things around. We're seeing reports of increased investment in R&D.
Pouring money into research.
Yeah, focused on developing faster, more efficient next-gen products. They're already talking a lot about HBM4, the next generation after the current ones.
Trying to leapfrog the competition?
That seems to be the strategy. The main goal has to be regaining the confidence of major clients, especially NVIDIA, obviously, and clawing back market share from SK Hynix and Micron.
It's a tough climb, though, when you're behind.
It is, but the semiconductor market is incredibly dynamic. Technology moves fast. Leadership can shift surprisingly quickly if someone makes a breakthrough.
True.
So while SK Hynix leads now, Samsung's strategy is pretty clear. Double down on innovation, pour resources into catching up and potentially surpassing their rivals, even if they had a late start in this round.
So wrapping this up then, HBM isn't just, another chip on the board. It's really a foundational piece powering this whole AI revolution we're living through.
Absolutely.
And the race to perfect it, to produce it at scale, it's actively shaping the future of these massive global tech companies. It's just remarkable how critical this one single component had become.
It really is. It impacts everything from the company's bottom line to the actual capabilities of the AI tools that, more and more of us are interacting with daily.
A tiny component with huge consequences.
Indeed. And maybe a final thought for you to consider. Just how quickly can technological leadership change in these super high-stakes, fast-moving fields like semiconductors?
Mhm.
What does it really mean for a company, even a behemoth like Samsung, to be considered late to a technology that turns out to be game-changing?
Yeah.
And how might this intense kind of hidden battle over a component most people have never heard of? How might that ultimately ripple outwards and impact the broader digital world that you experience every day? Something to think about.